Aloha! It's on the hour. Welcome, goddesses of the new moon. Let's see who's showing up in person today. Da, 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 da.
Yeah.
All right. So, welcome to the new moon gathering of Gemini. And we are here today. Please go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and share the screen. We are here to craft the goddess of the new moon together. Woo, how's that? Let's see. Welcome. There we go. Is it working? I hope everybody can see that. So let's go ahead. If you have in your moment that you can go ahead in the chat box and share where your location is. We are gathering here in circle around the globe in the ether. An honoring location in the chat box. I'd like to begin by acknowledging the traditional custodians and owners of the land which we circle today. Here in Ventura, California, we Chumash people. I pay my respects to all the ancestral stewards of the land, elders past and present. If you are traveling or unaware of where your ancestral stewards of the land, elders past and present are, feel free to go to native-dot.ca and you will be able to see, type in your geolocation, and you will be able to see where you're at. And I see, let's see what we've got. Some people are typing. Oh my goodness. As soon as I hit one box, one goes to the other. My apologies. All right. So it looks like we have somebody here also in the Chumash region, Newbury Park. So thank you very much for joining all the people of the Chumash region and Southern California here, Lemurian country. For those of you in the star seeds, we have the Ascension Ley Line. And around the world, if you practice starseed energy, please come and visit us here in Ventura County. We have Channel Islands. It is the ascendant for all of the star seeds, and I promise you, you will find what you are looking for here. Oh, that's what I have to say about the nativeland.ca. It doesn't matter where you live, you can type in where you live or where you're traveling, and you will find where you're going. The stewards of the land. This is where we're going, manifesting, moonifesting schedule. This schedule is the same every month. Just for those newcomers who have never seen this before, you should have gotten this in your email. You notice it's not a circle. We work in a circle. However, the tides ebb and flow and ebb and flow, high tide and low tide and high tide and low tide. That's how the goddesses work. So every circle, every month we meet on the new moon, it's the same. Please gather your ritual items ahead of time. I want to apologize. Again, I'm working so with love and care, ease and grace in the new system, and you can see, there was like a little excitement in the first email and a solid conclusion and grounding in the second email. So thank you for your patience and flexibility. Please, when you can and in a safe place, gather all your ritual items and arrive in a state of empty presence. Please take responsibility for the energy you bring into this space. Whether you're here in my space, your space, or driving in a car, the space. This container in the golden circle is a safe container for all. My intention for Moonifesting is that we together grow through what we go through, and as we ebb and flow, show up, we'll be able to share each other's growth, we'll be able to grow together. And you'll see over time, as you see some of the same people, maybe you do, maybe you don't, you'll feel the energy. All right. Yay. Opening circle. So just take a moment. I have my candle here. If you have a candle, no pressure. I've got one for all of us here. The light has been lit. And I have a poem here on the screen, and feel free to repeat after me if you're in a safe space. Imagine all the goddesses around you, connecting hands around myself and those I love. I cast the ring past not. Only pure love and good come from me, and only pure love and good come from me. And just imagine all the goddesses connecting now, wherever you are. Welcome to Circle. Thank you very much for coming. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the share and see who's here, see if I recognize anybody's faces. Woohoo! Kitties! Welcome to Circle. Uh, let's go ahead. So today, I just want to be mindful of everybody's time. We commit together an hour a month, and I just want to honor everybody's time. I know a lot of you are on different time zones, and maybe you're connecting later, or you're watching this video first thing in the morning on the portal. Everything's available on the portal. If you have any questions, you can reach out. So just as a reminder, this is the cosmic overview we're going in. So we have each month this changes, even though it might sound the same because some of these planets don't change as fast as other planets. And here we have a PDF, one of, it's all about you building your book of your life, your Akashic records that you're aware of or unaware of, one of the two or all of the three. Haha. So, Moonifesting, here we have new moon in Gemini. You can set your intentions, your habit reminder, your letting go of release. The June of 2025, the sun is in Gemini. The full moon goes into Sagittarius. So we have all the major elements. This is a PDF sent to you. Again, if you fill this out and each month you with all the other PDFs, you will have a book at the end of the year. So that is my intention for you, for all of us, for me. And it's also a good reminder to measure results. So let me take a breather. We don't have a lot going on, but we have a lot going on. It's like expansion. It's truly here in the West, here in California, where we're stepping into the full sun. So every morning I wake up to do my meditation at 4 and it's already dusk at 5, and that is just it's only a very short time that normally happens. So I know I have some of the people here in New Zealand and Australia. I know it's winter for you. So I'm just sharing the light, and we will be talking about how we'll be working today in our craft around that. Okay, let's focus on the cosmic. What we have right now is we're stepping into the solstice time. So whether you're on the whatever you're on the summer or the winter solstice, you're at the polar opposites. The one thing is the same is that this 2025 is the year of the 9. It's the year of completion. The age of Aquarius is happening. The year of the snake, it's the wood snake. And as a repeat of last year, because there's so much tumultuous happenings, no matter where you look, whatever you want to label it, and I do my best not to get stuck in labels, except remember how blessed you are when you do get a label, because the label can take you from A to B sometimes. as long as you don't get stuck or addicted or compulsive about a label. So these are the things that we want to stop and think about. How are we and why are we so blessed? I wonder what will happen next as things are happening that we don't necessarily want to see, but we're responsible humans. So in general, the alignment, world axis, what takes place will be bigger than ever expected. Bigger than what we've ever expected because we've never seen it. We don't know what to expect. Unexpected. Like, expect the unexpected. And because we're stepping into the Gemini, which is the knower of knowing, no overthinking it. So, whew, that's hard. Right there, it's already a sweat. You feel that heat coming. So I'm gonna put my glasses on just because I can feel age 53 right here. So the Saturn energy is in Aries. It just shifted from being in Pisces the last couple of years. So we went from being in that watery, disillusioned energy of the taskmaster. Now we're in that fiery energy of the initiator, shooting arrows and figuring out where we're going to go in the middle of the forest that's never been conquered before. So the taskmaster is also our inner guru. There's absolutely new rules, new moral ground, and because of that we have to like look different, sound different, feel different, understand ourselves different, setting ourselves up for a new life in which we're about to be realized. You get it? Like, so if you have something you've always wanted to do since you were 6 years old, like I saw that little girl I was just telling my partner about, uh, she wanted to be a wicked witch when she grew up. I was like, oh yeah, now is that time. Like, now is the time to be your best kindergartner self. Whatever you wanted to be then, you still want to be. Nothing's changed. So, Saturn and Jupiter since December 2020. Now, for some reason, I felt really significant to write some of these cosmic dates down of when they started to change or when they changed, and then when they're changing again. So we can reflect on our own respectives, on our own line of life, and see, oh, that's what we've been working on. Oh, I'm ready to leave that and go towards that, right? Like, so that's where we are now. We're really in that space of all the light is shining really bright. So since Saturn and Jupiter 2020 of December. Okay, so check in with yourself. And now note the date, June 15th. Change. Neptune, that's all Saturn. That's all the inner guru. That's the taskmaster. Remember, that's all Saturn. Neptune, after 13 years to individuality and self realization, Aries energy calls us to the reflect ourselves and explore what life has to offer. Spark of energy. The shadow time is still there, maybe be confusing, like where do I go to next? I might be lack of direction. And so you might kind of have a lack of direction until October 22nd because the energy has been kind of peter pattering around and it's been 13 years. So give yourself a second. If you already know where you're ready to go, go. Don't wait. It's that time. The energy of the moment is I play and I inspire. It's all about the muse. Venus energy. Venus energy is also energy Aries going deep into love, but mostly for yourself. Expanding relationships, mystical experiences, Mercury, woo-wee! You couldn't have the light shining brighter on your mental operating system. Every planet will see Mercury in the next month. Every planet. That means every kind of consciousness you have inside of you will see the truth, will see the mental operating system in the next month. They'll be passing by. Do, 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 like just passing by. So, for those of you ready to receive the information we've all been waiting for, here it comes. It's here. So, all that energy is coming at you. If you stay in an emotional state, you're going to miss out. If you stay in a mental state of thinking about something, you're going to miss out. Just be. Just be like SpongeBob. Be like a snake. Be like, Janet Jackson's making a comeback. I know, maybe for those of you a little younger, Janet Jackson just, she's a little older, but she's cool. She wears baggy pants. Okay, so let's move on. I don't want to age myself. So that's really what's happening in the moment. Okay, new moon. Well, it was really yesterday. Thank you for being patient, everybody. We here in the United States had a bank holiday, and bank holidays mean please don't book anything, Andy, on the weekends or bank holidays. So I promised you all that in the beginning, and now, like so many years in, we see how popular I still am. I still committed to you. New moon in Gemini is the powerful harmony triangle to align your ideas to the higher self. Think of that diamond self, where it spins and it's going somewhere, but you still feel in your one frame. So wherever you are in your higher self, it's going to align. It's going to pop in to wherever it needs to go. Write the new chapter, not the version of the old chapter. When Mercury connects with Gemini, it's at home. So it feels like you're feeling comfortable. So if you're one of those people who have a Mercury in Gemini, you're probably on fire, you're writing your book, you've got a new idea, you've got all this clarity of communication and truth telling. Everything is just channeling right through you. So anybody check in where energy is in the Gemini and where Mercury is in Gemini. Like I have Mercury in Leo. So it's fiery, but not as fiery as my Gemini clients. So you check in with yourself. You'll know. It's time to take that inspired action. And this is like new frequencies. These are things old that are screaming out loud at you. You missed me. See me now. You didn't see me when you were 6, but you see me now? So this is that time. This is that time to take those, as my grandma would say, the mushigas, the crazy ideas, and put it in to play. Figure out how you really want to play. Play the muse, that new idea of renaissance, something that doesn't exist. How would that look or feel? Or don't even get stuck on that. Just do it and see what happens. Because just by doing it and seeing what happens, it creates a third energy. And the third energy is what no one knows about, and that's what everybody's going to want. So until we create the third energy, we don't know. So it's not about being performative or forced. It's about being true to yourself, honest, and gentle. What wants to be said, what rhythm wants to return, what space am I ready to step into? You don't have to map it out. Just sit in yourself with your little liberator self, your and say, with kindness and love and care in that inner voice is valuable to you. What needs to be spoken? So the new moon in Gemini has a lot of stuff happening right now. It's really a magical time right now. I know it was all about sex last time, but still have a lot of sex. I'm all about the formal gratitude and ritual and ceremony of the Kundalini engaging, because the more our Kundalini releases, it creates that third energy. You don't have to be attached to the person you're with. I didn't say that, but you don't have to be attached to the person you're with to just have sex. I mean, right? It's just sex. It's just energy moving energy. So back to Gemini and the pleasure mode and the power and the pleasure of muse. I think the knower of knowing, the organs or shoulders. Like, think about, oh, don't we all need a massage right now, right here? The respiratory system, bronchial tubes. Go take a breath class. Nervous system, sensory, motor skills, the blood, capillary. Nice hibiscus, mica, exchange system. So, exchange system meaning monetary. It's all the same. So I once was told, like, I'm looking at this and all of a sudden I had this aha moment of one of my teachers saying, oh, anything on the outside of your skin, because the skin in my skin changes color, is the lungs, and also my spiritual bark. Like, what are you barking at people? And I was like, oh, I would have never thought that. Except when I think that, there are things I think. So I went, that's interesting. So I just had that enlightenment, you figure that out for yourself. You look at your own thing and go, what am I barking at? Like, I mean, if you were just to go, what am I barking at all these people silently just by being something? So this is that knower of knowing, Gemini. But, play. Let's see if that button works. Let's see if that button works. Ha-ha! All right. So this is kind of not in the program. I just kind of threw this in because I didn't know where to put it. It was one of those things that's so important, but no one's really talking about it, but it's really important. So I kind of created a little something. I feel like cotton candy. This is the cotton candy, where they whip it up with the sugar. This is all we got left. So Jupiter shifts, right? It's that 50-50. I mentioned this in the past, in the last few months. Now it's that time. It's shifting. It's making the time. So now that it's shifting until 2026. So it's going to focus on these like mother issues, these family matters, the sense of belonging, this archetype of the great mother, what do I need? Where do I belong? What's the recipe of my existence? Da, da, da. All of that goddess, I call it goddess housework, even though it's not really housework, it's housework. It's like inner housework. So being that low vibe housework, but it's not low vibe. It's actually going to put you where you need to be. So it's just really kind of like taking, I don't know, we had when we were kids the Farrells. Farrells was like a place, and then they give you ice cream. It was an ice cream parlor, but they made homemade taffy there. So then you see them pulling the taffy. And it's one of those pulling taffy moments where there's so much happening with the rebirth that it's really hitting that first chakra, self-doubt. Where are you belonging? What's the purpose? What's the center of where you're supposed to be? And I know it sounds really like, oh, what are you telling me, Andy? No, what I'm telling you is that this is the time that if you ever had the moment that you were getting pushed out of the nest like the eagles and Big Bear to go fly, this is that time. You just have to trust the truth of the truth. It's not drama. It doesn't have to be dramatic. It could be loving. It could be kind. It could be all of the things in between. There's nothing, anything but beautiful lovingness. Just know that it's going to be until 2026 that these issues of belonging kind of ground. So if you know that, are you in a hurry? Probably not. You might get pushed fast. You might know that. So you'll know. It's kind of that situation. If you're ready to go, go. Don't wait. If you're not sure where you're going to do it, just know it's coming. Don't surprise yourself or get all dramatic about it. It'll only harm your physical body. So that's where I'm at. That's why I felt like this is not something I put in the yellow sheet of oh yeah, this is happening. Except I had this in the previous months, and I just feel it's at that cusp. Like it's a 50-50 year, and it splits this month. So if you felt that 50-50, it's going to split now. All right. So the full moon on June 11th in Sagittarius, which is very playful. Again, sex, drugs, rock and roll. It's all about having the fire try and make it's possible, achieve many things. Anything that was previously impossible is possible. It is that time of ta-da! I'm going to do it now. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. Because I grew up in the Hollywood area, and I always get a giggle because I work with people all over the world, and all of a sudden I'll hear people say, "Why do you always so positive?" I'm like, "Well, here in Hollywood, we're the yes people. Everybody wants to yes each other. We don't want to know each other unless you hang around a Capricorn, and then they're the dream crusher. I mean, and sometimes you need to have a dream crusher, but for the most part, Hollywood is like, yeah, we can do that. Yes. Oh, yes. Let's do that. Oh, that sounds incredible. Let's go. And so there's possibility here in Southern California. And so this is that month of possibility. These are the possible achievements that things like people come to LA. I'm coming to LA to make things happen. That's why, like, I've been told the people who live on the streets are like the wealthiest homeless people we've ever had in the world. I believe it. Like, I believe it. So, this full moon, play, play, play. It's also Sagittarius. Sagittarius, they're thinkers. They're they need to know the questions. They're truth seekers. They shoot arrows for a living. You got to ask some serious questions. So people are going to ask the serious questions. And then there's going to be these social developments, because that's what happens, of recent years that have then hit their cusp, and then bullseye, boom, Sagittarius. Ah, Uh, and then it's going to be like, oh, we just had a little bit of chaos. Now, how are we going to resolve that? So it's kind of going to be like super fun, exciting, not so fun. So I always laugh that Sagittarius is, in a way, are kind of like the wind. Like everything's perfect and in order, or it's total chaos. So you just really don't know which direction it's going to go. Just know that it's going to be critical. Aha! Party time. Do, get naked. Slather yourself in flowers. And if you have an opportunity to go to a sacred part of the world that celebrates Litha, which is a Celtic way of saying summer solstice, 20th, 21st, depending on where the sun hits. It's exact opposite of the moon, and you can see, so it'd be winter solstice for those of you who are on the other side of the world. I know it's cold. You're all going skiing. Yay! So we here are having bonfires just like you are, but ours we just all our flowers are growing. So we have some great flowers growing right now in the I gotta watch my time. In the local, I went to the botanic garden. So yes, do those things. Summer solstice is really about celebration, harvesting. It's the first harvest. We have a harvest, multiple harvests the entire summer. So this is the midsummer, meaning it's the peak of the peak. You're not going to get more peak than this. If you really want to go and go to the best, coolest places on earth, do it, do it, do it. Hills of Tara. I've got the our Newgrange Hills of Tara in the Bowen Valley of Ireland. I can tell you all about it. If you ever want to know about it, reach out to me. What I've got here featured is in Wales. So celebrate, dance naked, gather your goddesses, pick flowers, make an altar, harvest, soup, pies. All right. How are we doing, everyone? Set intention time. Doo doo. Settling in, thinking about all of the not so busy but busy time that we've got going. I said, oh, there's not so much going on, but there's a lot going on. It's just a lot of sun. You know, when the sun is solar powered, if you've been in the dark, it feels more energy. Doesn't matter. Even if you take a nap during the day, you still have more energy. What are you going to let go? What intentions are you going to bring in? So we have a few different PDFs here. The first one that obviously we saw a few slides back, and then this one. I know I just repeated just for those of you who are new, if this is your first time, 3 easy steps if you've never manifested before and you're not quite sure the if ands buts. This is the if and buts. If this and this but this helps you get through your bumps as you navigate what you really want, desire, need. Our shadows of the moon cycle. I love living at the beach. I was just checking in with somebody yesterday who's new to the area, and I made a comment about the moon setting and the sun setting, and she goes, "Yeah, but it's like different." And I go, "Yeah, it's different." Because it moves from here in the winter and there in the summer. And so it you don't think about it unless you stay in one spot. It moves around you season to season. So it's a really great perspective to look at this image and just get an idea of the moon cycles. And then the menstruation cycles. So here we are, menstruation. I repeat this image just as a little quick overview. If you don't know how your menstruation cycle should look, with or without blood, with or without perimenopause or menopause, this is what it looks like. So the goal is this. And if you ever want to have a conversation about this, I'd be happy to work with you or send you to the right physician. Menstrual cycles in the moon. Again, in the center, we have the reflective, dynamic, expressive, creative days. Everything works in a cycle. So if we go back to that menstruation cycle I just had just a minute ago, here it is in 4 phases, day 1 through 7 reflective, 7 through 14 dynamic, expressive 14, 21, creative 21 through 28. If you that's the center of you, and then you look at the outside of the moon, this is what's happening with the moon. You can look up at the moon and see the reflections of the moon reflecting back at you, and you'll know if you're on track. You'll know if you need to hit pause on a project and wait till the next cycle because it's too much energy. Or you need more of something that hasn't shown up yet because of the cycle. So these are things that we weren't taught, except I promise you, if you're able to regulate, this is abundance. Oh, oh, what happened? Hold on, hold on. I don't know what happened. Hold on, hold on. Ah, give me one moment, please. Let's see. I'll take it slow. I got that. I did that. I don't know how we went back in time, like, way into the spring. How did that happen? Ah, here we go. Bravo. Okay, here we go. This is the big picture. So going back to saying, where are you? And my friends in Australia, you're on the other side of the wheel. We are here. So if you were to look at the outside, it shows what's happening on the outside. You have all the holidays, and then you have the moon cycles on the next wheel. And then on the next wheel, you have what it represents: psychic, heart, power, innocence, spirit. What is that? Creator. And then the next, the now you're seeing directions. So we go from out to in. Now we're into the directions: north, the healing warriors, then the east, the wise teacher, then the south, the loving healer, the west, the visionary. And then you go in the next layer. Now you see signs: Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo. You also see the colors associated with it. You see the dates associated with it. You see their higher animals or connections to elements associated with it. So everything layers into each other. And what's cool is that if you ever needed one source document, this would be it. If you needed to know what color Taurus is during the springtime, this would be it. So these are like the different moments where you say, oh, Aquarius is connected to blue, the north, sweetgrass. So it's kind of a cool. I'll keep this up. Feel free to check out the portal, and I'll keep this up again next month as well, so you can check it out because I'm sure you're going to have an aha moment. It's that time of the year of aha moments, right? It's that, oh, look at that. Lights shining on that moment on the wheel right now. So if you were to just another thought, another new age thought, if you were to give yourself permission to just focus on one part of the wheel at one time and leave the rest, it would be so much simpler. You just need that for now, and then the next, and then the next. That's it. That's all you need to know. So, it's good. I like it. Okay, moving on. Same thing, Moonifesting Planner. You get the fortnightly, new moon, waxing, quarterly, like anything that you want to moon forward. If you want to write notes, again, then you can add this to your book. And I do this because this one's a little bit different than the regular monthly. You might decide that this month something comes through you that needs to happen by August. Get it? So you could set yourself up for that during the cycle of June, July, August. However that works for you. Same thing with this lunar hygiene. I'm just keeping it up. I'll probably pull it down very soon and flip out to a new image. Information about personal and professional and the house and how we can keep things separate and we don't have to keep it on the same schedule and simplify our lives. If we have help, you just hire the help during certain times. Crafting. All right, so let's get back to the intentions. I feel like I missed something. Let's go back to setting our intentions. Where's our intention setting? Sorry about that, everyone. What happened here? I must have left out a. Here we go. I'll just start that. I'm going to stop the share. I apologize. My apologies. Okay, so let's go ahead and settle in. And think about anything you want to let go. Deep breathing in, breathing out. What am I going to let go today? What am I going to bring in? Oh, my dear. All right. Hmm. Nice. What would you like to let go and release this month? And what would you like to bring in? Anybody like to share? I'm gonna stop. Oh, I see. I see people. Yeah. What would you like to let go? So let's see. Um, I'm gonna let go of having swollen feet. For some reason, the body is holding water, which is emotional retention. So I'm gonna let that go. I don't know what that's associated to, so I'm just definitely gonna let that go. What am I gonna bring in? Uh, check marks off my list of all the things I need to do. Oh, I'm laughing at myself. So anybody who knows me could laugh at me too. What would you like to let go and bring in? Would anybody like to share out loud before we move on to the next? I'd be happy to share. Everybody's, the more you speak, this is Gemini. You want to speak out loud. Share with everybody. Let the world know. Let the ether and us know.
Okay, so I would like to let go of needing to know what's coming next, not overthinking and doing my best to staying not overthinking or being in an emotional state, which was something that came up earlier. What am I going to bring in? A new fulfilling gig that pays me more money than I've been making.
Oh,
Aha.
That's right. All right. Welcome.
Thank you.
That's right. Speak it. Let's go. I'm gonna go ahead and fast forward here. Being mindful. Sorry for getting time lapsed. It's the summer. Okay. Oh, crafting. Here we are. We're at time to craft. Da, da.
Yay.
So using our hands, creating, repurposing is really important about crafting and manifesting. So whether you're with us here as with Goddess Group or on your own time, because I know sometimes you're in traffic listening to this. It's really about using your hands. So we have a PDF here. You can write your new moon intentions, what you're grateful for now, the theme, the ingredients, your flow cycle, your sleep cycle, your energy cycle, and then results. The manifestation results are not necessarily going to be instant. They may be in a year or 2 years. So it's really important to go back into your book and look back and go, oh, yeah, that manifested here and there. And oh, yeah, I bled for 2 days. I forgot I bled for 2 days and I slept like crap. Like it's good to remember yourself. It really is. So let's go into the Gemini new moon. So this is like going back into that sun. This month's craft is about perception, not like a flashlight in the dark. Not like a flashlight in the dark. You know how when the flashlight in the dark illuminates whatever it's aimed at? This is not that. This is creates whatever it's aimed at.
Ooh.
Focus is everything. So this is about creating a sundial.
Ooh.
So some people don't know how to create a sundial. When I was a kid, we grew up at the beach and my we didn't have cell phones, so my mom was single mom. She'd be like, "I'll pick you up at 5." You're like, "I don't know 5. We don't have watches." So we'd create a sundial on the beach and be like, "It's kind of coming close." So it was coming close enough to where we knew that we would create a sundial, and then we'd go stand there and wait. Because it would generally be between the 20 minutes or whatever that our ride would come and pick us up. And we would figure that out. And it was all because of the sundial. So if you were to sit there and think about yourself sticking the stick in the ground, or in this case, like because I'm here in the office, I just created a circle. I have my little compass here. And then if I had a stick and the light was shining on it, there'd be a shadow. There'd be some kind of a shadow in the mixed, whatever direction, and you would know what time it is. So if you were to look back and think about that wheel of the year that I showed you 2 slides ago or a couple slides ago, where it showed all the different. And if you were to take that wheel of the year, I'm just giving you different ideas of how to use this on your own time when there's sun out, because we do here in Southern California have a lot of fog, so we don't necessarily have that bright sun like you would. Depending where you are, you'll have a brighter sun. You could take any wheel. You can print it out on paper or draw the picture and copy the wheel. And you can say, this is my wheel, and you can put your sundial and you can see the north, south, east, west and where the shadow is. And you can read your own sundial. You can create your own sundial. It doesn't have to be time. It could be time not in a day, it could be time in a year. It so this moment for you to create your own sundial is key.
Hmm.
This is high sun here in California. And if you're in the other parts of the world where there's less sun, take the full moon into play. And if you have full moon, and play the game with the full moon.
Oop.
You can still do a moon dial. It might not be as of an intense shadow. You'll get something. You'll get a glare, you'll get a glimmer, you'll get something. So this is a great way to just endeavor into the sundial. So I just want to, well, you imagine if you do have a piece of paper and a pen and a circle. I know it's a little, we had a technical glitch, but if you do have that, just imagine what it would be like to have the shadow. And I'm just going to go ahead and read this from the 13 Moon Oracle calendar, which I love. It's all about the I Play, I Inspire this month. The Muse is inviting you to be vulnerable and spontaneous as you playfully express your creativity. Divine creation is birthing through you. Have you become over responsible and rigid of your choices and actions? Allow the innocence of the inner child to inspire you with playfulness and follow what brings joy. No reason, no need for choices, everything that brings joy. If stillness with spontaneous play is not seen as an acting responsibility, as when you are attending to your serious spreadsheets and your schedules, the muse, the muse will show itself in beauty, being serious about no plans
Ooh.
other than the plan to play. Inspired playfulness is the responsibility and the responsible thing to do for those giving birth to the divine creations and the inspired life. May I pass through the gate of guardian of the lack of self love into the transcendent rapture and full embrace of expression of my divinity. Hmm. I play, I inspire. I know, right? I love her book, so I'm really a fan. All right, so let's go ahead and pick a card. Do, 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 do. I've got some cards today that are the dolphin cards. They're round cards, and dolphins are cool. Let's go ahead and just breathe into, whoops, let's see what just popped out. Ha! What do we got? What do we got? The first one, stormy weather. Stormy weather.
Mm.
So that's the first one. That's so funny they stopped that three of them popped out in a row. The second one says the one. The one. And the third one says celestial sound. That's cool.
Oh.
Pull out your drums. So we've got stormy weather, the one, and celestial sound. All right. So that's our pick. card pick. Does anybody have anything to share or anything to say about their sundial or their moon dial or the cards or something that came through? We have a few minutes.
Mm. What do you think the stormy weather is? It just right in line with what you shared?
Doesn't
Stormy
it
weather.
doesn't it feel like stormy weather, but it's like
Yeah,
beautiful outside?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
that.
And then the one.
One path.
Mm, okay.
Keep it simple.
Yeah, yeah. And then what's the third one?
Oh, uh, it was the way, wasn't it? No. Um, shit.
Is it celestial something? Sounds.
Yes.
Celestial
I
sound.
can't believe I just said shit and I forgot.
It's okay. Oh, no. Celestial sound. um, yeah, okay.
Which is like primordial. I think of primordial. When I think of celestial sounds, I know people think, ooh, ah, like galactic. I think of primordial screaming. Ah! Like
Oh,
just all the universal sounds coming together as one and
okay,
om.
okay,
Om.
right,
But every sound that includes, but when babies scream, that's their record into the universal sound, into the
right.
om.
Yeah, right. Well, could celestial sound even be like the sound of a planet?
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
because each planet I
has its
learned has a sound,
and frequency.
and
Yes,
NASA posts them.
yes,
So
yes. I
cool.
met somebody who knows how to sing them.
Wow, neat. That's so cool. Okay, yeah, it feels really in sync with everything that we just went over.
It's that time.
Yeah, I know. Woo! Just feel like I'm like, hold on for the ride.
New moon. It's a very expansive moment and all new, like not as if any of it ever existed before. If you even think that you want to hold on to something, you
Might
why?
want to, what? Yeah, why? Right. Yeah. And something that really stuck out to me is that you will miss it if you're overthinking, and you'll miss it if you're too emotionally, um, if you're too emotional. Yeah, if you're just too tied up in your emotionally. So to counteract that, because it happens, is just breathe and be present and
Dance, move
dance.
more. Gemini is about
Okay. Okay.
movement and dance and
Okay.
fluidity and get
Okay.
naked and have
Okay.
sex and
Okay.
be wild and don't worry about any parameters of like I always laugh at the gender concept during this time of year. I was like, don't worry about the gender. Like, just go.
Just go and play. Have fun.
Yeah, don't put perimeters. Don't put anything
Right.
that's going to strap you down because this is the time that you might actually learn and grow in areas you never ever knew existed.
Okay. Even with like, don't put perimeters. even though we just created this dial,
Yeah,
which
so
kind of has a perimeter.
well, the idea of the sundial
Yeah.
is you being the earth
Ah.
and the sun, and so you just reading the reflection, the shadow part, so you know where you're at.
Oh, I get it now. So it's you being the earth,
Yeah,
and then the sundial
it's
is
just your
where
measurement. It's like a
I'm
compass.
at.
Yeah.
Okay.
What you could go whether it's time of day, 12 o'clock to 12
Right.
o'clock, or it could
Okay.
be north, south, east, west.
Okay.
Where
Okay,
do you
that
want to
makes
go?
way more sense now.
It's just kind of a fun tool. So if you're going hiking and you ask the universe, you say, Universe, I have a question. I have a question, universe. And
Yeah.
you just scream and cry and emotional and whatever, dump it into the earth
Yeah.
universe. Take 3 deep breaths, grab a stick, draw a circle, plop that stick in the circle, and
Uh-huh.
meditate and see what it shows you.
Oh, yeah, that's a great
Let the sundial, let the sun direct your dial. Like, you
idea. Okay.
know,
Let the sun direct your dial. That makes it's clear.
it'll give light. It'll give you what it needs. You'll be
Yeah.
supported.
Yep. I feel that. And then there are these waves of the uncertainty that come in where the overthinking happens, or I'm just overwhelmed with the sensation of the energy that's coming through.
Yeah, let it go. Just
Let
play,
it,
dance,
let
put
it
on some
go.
music,
Right.
dance more, get naked,
Okay.
be into feet into the earth.
Okay.
Move more right
Okay.
now.
Okay. That's so
Okay.
helpful. Thank
Okay.
you.
Yeah, sure. So let me just finish this my slide deck here. All right. So closing circle. I want to be respectful of people's time. So
Mm-hmm.
thank you very much, everybody, for coming. So just take a moment and imagine all of the goddesses here, wherever you are, whatever part of the earth we are today, here in the Gemini new moon, sharing our crafting, moonifesting together. Thank you for coming. Please repeat after me, or feel free to read off the screen. The circle is open,
The circle is open,
but unbroken.
but unbroken.
May the peace of the goddess
May the peace of the goddess
stay in your heart.
stay in your heart.
Merry meet and merry part,
Merry meet and merry part,
and merry meet again.
and merry meet again.
Thank you very much, goddesses, for coming to the Gemini New Moon Circle. I am grateful for sharing space with you. The next session we have booked is the 24th of June at 6 p.m. That is the Cancer Moonifesting. Please mark your calendars. Tell your friends. We have a few more of this year. We will continue sharing our book together and growing our book together. Thank
Yay!
you very much. I'm so grateful for you. I look
I'm
forward
so
to
grateful
playing
for
with
you.
you again next month.
Cool.
Namaste.
Bye.
Happy.
Namaste. Thank you.
Ciao, ciao.
Ciao.